Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to take this look from day to night and add a little bit of glam to it. I'll start by taking the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation. I'm taking just a tiny drop of it. I'll warm it up in the palm of my hands, and with using a fluffy foundation brush, I'll go over my face just to freshen the base a little bit. It really helps with not much coverage, but it does help to revive that base and make the face look brighter. Blending is really the key here. The more time you take blending that foundation into your skin, the more seamless the finish would be. And also notice how I'm not dragging the foundation onto my skin. I'm not dragging the brush. I'm tapping it onto the skin. This really helps with leaving no streak marks, so there won't be any streak marks on your skin. And your foundation would be very visible and it won't look patchy. Next, I'm using the House of Makeup concealer. I'll only be using the concealer on the under eyes, one tiny dot, and on any spots which are visible on my face. This is a Real Techniques eyeshadow blending brush, but I'll be using it today to blend my concealer. The reason being it's small and fluffy, so it'll easily go into the nooks and corners of the under eyes and it'll easily blend it out. Alright, do you see how beautifully it blended out the concealer? I'm using the same brush to then tap onto the concealer on the other areas where I've concealed. Now I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer to bronze and contour my face. I usually go with a darker shade of concealer to bronze because I think it does the job really well and you don't need a separate product for that. We need to cut that double chin out. Blending. We'll blend all the cream products first and then we'll go on with powders. I'm also putting a little bit on the side of my nose to make it a little cinched. Now I'm adding a little bit of blush. This is the Sugar Cloud9 Glow Blush in the shade Candy Pink. Even though I felt I had enough blush on my face, I wanted to add a little bit of pinkiness to my face and hence I'm using this one. I'm just using a tiny drop because it's very pigmented, so you need to be really careful with this one. Now moving on to the eyes, I'm using the Kiro Beauty eyeshadow stick in a bronzy shade. All the shade names will be in the description box, so make sure to check it out. I feel eyeshadow sticks are great if you're running late and you want to do a quick eye look. It's really easily blendable and it's great for beginners as well because you can't really go wrong with it. Now I'm using the Chambor eye pencil in the shade Sparkling Olive. It's a very pretty olive green shade with specks of gold glitter. It looks really pretty on the eyes. I'm going to use it like an eyeliner. First, I'm roughly putting it across my lash line and blending it out with a tiny brush. It really helps in giving like a soft smoky finish to it, and then I'll keep building on the line. I'm also stretching it out a little bit to give it a winged eyeliner look, and I think it looks complete now. Next, using the Kiro Eyeshadow stick, I'm picking up a little pigment on the brush and I'm gonna run it across my lower lash line. I'm not using a mascara because I already applied mascara for the daytime look, so I'm just gonna curl the eyelashes to give it a fresh and lifted look. Now we are gonna set all that cream products with powders. So first I'm using the Huda Beauty Glowish powder bronzer in the shade medium, and then I'm using the Milani baked blush in the shade Petal just to set all the bronzer and the blush we put earlier so that it remains for a long time. I'm next using the Lamel highlighter. It's in the shade Sun, I suppose. And since it's a nighttime look, I really want to look glowy and dewy. So I'm adding a lot of highlighter all over my face. Never skip putting highlighter in your inner corner. It really opens up the eyes and makes it look bigger. Lately, I've been also adding a little bit of highlighter just under my wing, and I feel it looks really pretty in pictures. So that's what I'm doing here. I already did my eyebrows, but I'm retouching it a little bit. I'm gonna brush the eyebrow hair first and then fill in the gaps wherever I feel needs a little bit of filling in. I don't want to make my eyebrows look very bold, so we're gonna keep it natural as much as we can. Now I'm gonna set my face with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Loose Powder. I'm only gonna use it in my T-zone and under my eyes. I don't want to make my face look very matte, so that's the only place we're gonna use it. I'm gonna line my lips using the PAC lip liner in the shade From Venus. It's a nice neutral pink shade. And then I'm gonna add the Loreal lipstick in the shade I Explore. Almost done with the makeup. I'm gonna set my face with the PAC setting spray to mesh everything together, and that's the finished look. Bye.